Hey guys, it's Mike, the Wrestling God Smith, and you guys are watching All In Wrestling, the premier wrestling TV show that focuses on Smackdown, Raw, NXT, 205 Live, and many more. Okay, like I said, I watched Raw. I watched SmackDown yesterday, and like I've said to you guys, a lot of things are changing. And like I said yesterday, Kevin Owens being the guy that he is, and he's going to get a spot. And, so the beginning of it, right? The whole thing. So Shane and Miz are gonna have a match at WrestleMania 35. That's the first thing I'm gonna talk about, which is really kind of stupid because they had a great tag team, and like I said yesterday, Shane being heel is kind of laughably. It's really laughably funny if you look at it. It's laughably funny. It is, man. I mean, this dude is a heel. Like he was a heel in the Attitude Era, and that's like where it was relevant to like the corporate ministry and the corporate champion and Rock being a corporate champion and all. And that was the thing. And even with the Stone Cold Austin McMahon era thing coming in. And I kind of feel like it's not the time. And the thing that kind of ticked me off with Vince was like, he basically said all the work that Kofi did in the last 11 years, like, he is a B plus player, like, he's not up to par being a champion. Really? So, that kind of takes me off a little bit. And I'm not going to get in a rant video why, but this is not a rant video. This is just a review. But as I've said to you guys like 1,000 times, Vince McMahon being the way that he is, and I think because he doesn't think before he says anything, and he's going to go say that Daniel Bryan's right, he hit the nail on the head. Really? He put the nail in the coffin? So, after everything that was said and done, because New Day were pissed because of the fact that Kofi's been getting sidelined and getting screwed. And I get that. I do. Like, just give him the title shot. Instead of him, he doesn't demand, like, none of you deserve it. And, like, no, he deserves a title shot. He got screwed. You screwed him because of that whole rematch clause thing, because you wanted to interrupt. And that would have been, like, Shane should have just let the match go and said, you know what? Let's bring Mustafa and Kofi because it would have been fair because they both would have got a title shot. I say, hey, Kofi, I know we're doing a contract signing, but let's just make this a number one contenders match, or so we can have two number one contenders, or you get a spot and we'll make it a fatal four, which would have been nice. But, and here's the thing that ticks me off with that. What was the dumbest thing? So everybody comes out, the bar, like Samoa Joe comes out, then Rowan comes out. And so next week on SmackDown, this dude's going to be doing a gauntlet match. Which I don't understand. And this is WWE and then they're doing something like TNA where they're trying to put one belt on one champion. And I feel like they're doing, and this is what I mean. Because here's the thing I'm kind of mad about. Meaning, I'm just mad in general because of the fact that this thing should have happened a long time ago. Because the joke is they basically sat there and just said, you know what, Kofi, all the work you've done, all the stuff you've done, it's really all for nothing. You know, you did this, you did that, you made your own future, you kind of did your own thing, you went around, you did this. It's fine. And Kofi doesn't complain, and I'm glad he didn't slap Vince in his mouth about it because you know what, I would have slapped him. I would have punched him. Like that's what I would have did. I would have like, who do you think you know? You don't know talent, dude. Because if you knew talent, your champion, your universal champion, would be defending his title, and that's what I'm saying. And this is what I mean. Because they do this every year when it comes to WrestleMania, and because Daniel Bryan's champion again. And this is what I was saying with my predictions. I like SmackDown. I love it. Because they're not raw. They're not just bumping up having a bunch of top guys rule the whole thing. And that was the thing with them too, because they're not putting them over. They're just putting them in a box, in a place, in a thing, in a like it's not really working. Because we've been at this road, we've been in it so many times. It's ridiculous. That's what I mean to it. Because and I don't mean to be I don't mean the bearer of bad news or the guy, but even I mean this very very nicely. Even if they decide at some point to give that dude a championship, or at some point to give him a nut, like that's what I'm saying. Because this is what I mean. Because they don't try to do anything different. And because of the whole new Kevin Owens shtick, which Kevin Owens, the people, WWE is trying to make Kevin Owens the guy, and I get that to a point. But it's the stupidest idea in the world. Because, sorry guys, it's the stupidest idea in the world to me. The reason why is that they're trying to make Kevin Owens a champion, and I get it. And I get it because I get that, but he's not the guy you want to make champion. They're only letting Kevin Owens be a champion for maybe like another year or 2 year run. And that's what I mean, because I kind of feel like Seth being Universal Champion is possible. Maybe Kevin Owens being champion. But, here, wink, hint, wink, wink, and I'm not making this a rant video, but, like, even if the WWE champion, and like the World Championship, when it was on Raw, and even when it went to Smackdown, they had a couple of good guys run, like how Booker T, he became King Booker, and he ran, like, he actually had a good title run. And then the funny thing is that he basically had his little run, and then it was like, okay, we're gonna give it to Big Show. Then Big Show was champion. Then Batista was champion. Then JBL was champion at one point. Eddie Guerrero was champion at one point. Chris Benoit was champion at one point. And Shelton Benjamin was World Heavyweight Champion at one point. And that was the thing that kind of got me there too. Because of the fact that there could have been something at the point. And this is what I mean. They never really thought about what to do. And I mean, because of the fact, and this is what I'm bringing, like, I'm bringing a lot of references from the Ruthless Aggression era, but this is what I mean. Even with Evolution being the way it was, even with when Raw act like when Shelton Ben like when Eric Bischoff got Kurt Angle and actually got him from SmackDown, and he got him. He got him because of the fact that he was a champion and he needed someone to go against John Cena at the time for the WWE title. And what's kind of stupid to me about all of it, really, is that Kurt Angle's not a bad guy. He's not. It's just the idea, and I mean this figuratively and literally. He's not really doing anything about it. It's like, here's the thing. It's like him giving. It's like them, like the WWE trying to do something, but in reality they don't really do anything because, like, here's the shrimp on the Barbie, and this is what I mean, because they don't do anything with the championship is now, because the WWE champion is relevant because of Daniel Bryan, because of AJ Styles, because of Randy Orton, because of all these guys that had the title before. And the thing is, and you know what's funny? What's kind of really kind of dumb? Even when Triple H wanted to be WWE champion and tried to beat John Cena again, and he failed at it, because the joke is, Triple H is the one guy that couldn't beat John Cena, and this is the thing. Brock Lesnar was the guy, But everybody, he's lost clean against Seth Rollins before. He's lost clean. And that's what I mean. He's lost so clean, and it's ridiculous. He's lost clean. And this is what I mean. They're not trying. Like, I don't hate Seth Rollins for his skill, and I don't. And this is what I mean. Because the truth, what's gonna end up happening at WrestleMania this year, going into Money in the Bank and SummerSlam and et cetera, is that things are going to change on both brands, and Shane is going to make more money. He is going to put more on his line. He's going to have the chance to do things and change. And this is what I mean. Because Sasha should be going to SmackDown. And Baylor should be going because they have the women's tag team titles. And that's what I mean. SmackDown has never had a championship like that. Ever. And because of the simple fact of people wanting to make money, or people wanting to have the future, or people even trying to have it, because I don't hate it. But I believe that, just like everybody else believes, that there is no championships. Like I said, I don't mind NXT being the way it is. I don't mind SmackDown being the way it is. But right now, like yesterday, SmackDown was an A show. It was an A plus. I feel like it had a lot of action, and Kofi's gonna get that title, because when he gets the title, that means all of the New Day become the World Heavyweight Championship, become the World Heavyweight Champion, and he's gonna get that title at Fastlane. I mean, at WrestleMania, he'll have it. He'll have that title, because the thing is,